I think I'll go in with some of this Prussian blue. It's a nice deep, rich, dark blue. As you can see, it's up. Again, it's almost a black. But if you put it on thin enough, you can actually tell that it is blue. Before I get into doing any of the other details, let's have the background in and finished. You can then go in with the final touches into the hair, the final touches into the face, tidy everything up. It just makes life a little bit easier if you get your background completed as soon as. Once you're at this stage, you don't want to be overworking the face while it's wet. So find something else to do. And you've got this huge expanse of canvas. Most people are intimidated by white canvas. It doesn't bother me. Because I've already got the idea in my head of exactly where I'm going with it. So I'm going to get that blocked in. And I'll be back when I have. Here's a little tip for you. When you get to some of them hard to reach places, don't be afraid of taking your canvas off the easel, turning the bugger around on its side upside down and carry on. There's no rule that says it's got to be the right way up. Some people find it easier to paint a portrait upside down. I've seen some surprising results. So whatever works for you. Right, back in a bit. And there we are. We've got the background to his head put in. We've still got his jumper to do. I don't know whether to carry it out of this oval there and there and bring it right the way to the corner of the canvas. I think that might be an idea actually. But we'll start with some nice cad red and go in. He's got a roll neck on and there's a load of shadow up here, but for the moment let's just block in the roll neck on his sweater, very carefully up against that blue that I've just done, although it'll help with the shadow. Don't want it mixing too freely at the moment. Just googling with me. Round brush. Gently down the side of his face. So we don't get too much bleed through into the face. Like I said, this is all being done in one sitting. Not the way I normally work. Usually it takes me a few days. I'm leaving things to dry between. This is as much a challenge for me as anything. Trying to get one done completely in one day. Right. Just drag the brush down gently, 2 hairs and some hair. That gets your brush marks down to an absolute minimum. As it dries out, they'll tend to start to disappear anyway, because you don't want to put the paint on with a trowel, you know. I tend to like to put it on so that it dries in a few days and not 6 months. There we go. There's that. There's me cloth. Let's get that cloth cloth out. See, it's starting to look something like already. Okay, let's put that big brush aside. Now, we've still got a load of that nice dark colour we had earlier. I'm going to take a number 30, tiny 2 hairs. Nice thin. I'm going to some of that mixture of Prussian blue and burnt sienna that we used in the hair. Now comes the bravery test. I'll stick on the corner, and when you're doing eyelashes on a bloke, don't make them too big. Just barely there in this photograph, you know, it's just a tiny little bit. But just enough to break up that line. You want to put them just gentle strokes, a couple of millimeters, you know, back from the eye line, so you've got a little bit of the lid showing. Hasn't got huge long eyelashes, which is nice. And just very gentle move the brush in the direction that the lashes grow. Gentle in the direction that the lashes grow. Very gently. And on the bottom lid there's hardly any at all. You just want the merest hint of a line just under the eyes, and again a millimetre or two out from the iris. Just gives you that little piece of eyelid, makes it look, gives it a little bit more realism. And this one, it's not quite in the corner, and then 2 hairs and some hair, and just very gentle strokes, not quite to the corner. Now we've still got the salmon pink that we had earlier, so we shall take just a touch of it and here in the corner of the eye is the tear duct, and just there, hardly noticeable. Could have only been just a touch darker. Just there we go. Into the corner of the eye.